everyone, it's Sal here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. So today I'm going to be telling you about some of my most successful blind buys that I've had to date. I think I have around 8 fragrances here to show you. Before we get started with the fragrances today, give the video a wee thumbs up if you enjoy it and click the subscribe button below for weekly perfume related videos as well. So you guys, it's a rather dark, dreich day here in Scotland. As you can see out my window, it's kind of blowing a gale and it's really very dark. It's only around, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and it feels like the evening already, which is kind of a bit rubbish, but it's okay. I've got my wee cup of Earl Grey tea with me today, so I'm feeling rather cozy. But anyway, the first fragrance I want to share with you today is this beauty here, Alien Fusion. This was a very, very successful blind buy. It was one that I'd been on the fence with for such a long time. It'd been kind of on my wish list for ages and I'd heard a lot about it, and it actually took me quite a while before I pulled the trigger and purchased it. And as soon as I tried it, I knew that I should have bought it sooner because it's just so fantastic. As far as blind buying is concerned, this one is a relatively safe blind buy if you already like Alien, if you enjoy very sweet fragrances, and if you enjoy balsamic fragrances. So if you like Kayali Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, if you like Dior's Poison Girl Eau de Parfum, and if you love the original Alien Eau de Parfum, I think it's a relatively safe blind buy, you know, but it is very sweet. So if you love your sweet fragrances and everything that I just said, then I think this might be a safe blind buy for yourself, but it certainly was for me. I adore this fragrance. I actually really enjoy wearing this with my Alien Eau de Parfum. So I really enjoy layering the two together or wearing them individually. Either way, it's stunning. So yeah, this fragrance is really fantastic. I believe the notes are slightly different. So you have your ginger, perhaps cinnamon as well. You have your tuberose in here as well, with perhaps amber. It's overall quite a warm, sweet, balsamic fragrance, basically, with that Alien DNA in there. And yeah, it's absolutely stunning. Very, very sweet, very addictive, very, very like sensual, very, very flirtatious, all of those good things. And of course the bottle is absolutely stunning. So that is the beautiful Alien Fusion. My next successful blind buy was CFiore from Armani. Now this was a fragrance that I decided just to purchase after I'd heard really fantastic things just on YouTube about this one. Primarily from, I think it was Roxelle Style. She talked quite a lot about this one on her YouTube channel and also on her Instagram. And she basically said it was a very creamy, like kind of softly powdery, sweet sort of fragrance, you know. And she was spot on. That's exactly what this is. It almost has something in here reminiscent to me of either ice cream or like vanilla cream, something like that, with a very nice, like almost pillowy soft marshmallow-like feeling to it. Slightly powdery as well, very like creamy sort of consistency, very, very sweet. I've actually grown to like this one more. I wasn't as in love with it at first, although I did like it. The thing with this one is it's very, very sweet. Even more so than Alien Fusion, actually. So this fragrance here, it is extremely sweet. And at one point I thought it was almost like too sweet for me, but I have been enjoying it more recently, so that's something about this fragrance that I actually do quite like now. So in this perfume you have your green mandarin, I think it said on Fragrantica. You also have your neroli in here, you have your vanilla, of course, you have your rose, you have your oak moss in the base as well, along with perhaps a little bit of patchouli. And this fragrance overall, it just reminds me of kind of marshmallows, ice cream, like vanilla cream, Turkish delights. Oh, and there's black currants in here as well, so there's kind of like a fruity, like a creamy fruitiness to this scent as well, which is really gorgeous. So overall, I would say if you enjoy fragrances like YSL Mon Paris, if you enjoy your Viva La Juicies, if you enjoy your like any from the Scandal line, like really, really sweet fragrances, and if you like Poison Girl, then I think that there's a good chance you might like this one as well. It is really nice. Just such a sweet, creamy, girly, like flirty, light-hearted type of scent, and I really do enjoy it. So that is CFiore. Now the next fragrance today, it was a successful blind buy for me, but I don't think I would recommend you to blind buy this. Like, I don't think this would be guaranteed to be a safe blind buy for everyone, like by any means, and that perfume is Montal's Mukhallat. This is a very unusual fragrance. Oh, do you know what? I actually don't think this was a I don't think this was a blind buy. I think I actually purchased a sample first. Oh, I thought this was a blind buy. I don't think it was, you guys. I think I'd purchased a sample. But anyway, it smells like kind of strawberries, plasticky, kind of airy. It's this very like, it's kind of an ethereal, like unusual, strange type of smell that almost reminds me of like a Barbie, like some sort of plastic thing, sweet strawberries, something kind of strange. There's almond in here as well, and vanilla and musk and Peru balm and strawberry, of course, but it's quite an unusual scent. I genuinely thought this was a blind buy, but I've just remembered that I purchased a sample first, so it wasn't actually a blind buy, and nor would I recommend it to be one, actually. I wouldn't recommend you to blind buy this. Try and sample it first. Next up today, and this was a real winner, honestly. This was an absolutely fantastic blind buy success, and that is Kayali's Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. Now, this was really funny actually, because as soon as this was released and I started hearing like the reviews and people describing the scent, I just kind of knew that I would really like it. I just had a really, really strong feeling that I would like this fragrance. So I just kind of ordered it right away, which was kind of unlike me. I don't normally just go ahead and blindly order, you know, a brand new release. I don't normally do that, to be honest, but there was something about the sound of this one and the fact that it was, I believe this was the first fragrance that they released in a stronger concentration. This is the, I don't know if it's an extrait, I think it's an Eau de Parfum Intense or something like that, but it's a stronger concentration, so I liked the sound of that. I liked the sound of the notes, I liked the fact that it was going to be this sweet, slightly spicy rose and vanilla type of scent, and that's exactly what this is. But this fragrance, it captures something, you guys. It captures something very special, and the best way I can describe it to you is if you imagine pink fireworks, you know, dazzling in a night sky. That's what this fragrance really smells like to me. It's this bright, celebratory, sparkly, gorgeous, like flirty, happy scent, you know, very sweet, very bright, maybe even slightly sharp, just from the pink pepper, the bergamot. It's very like bright in the opening, very bright. Not so much spicy. It's not really spicy in like a hot chili way. I heard that this was going to be like a spicy fragrance, and although it kind of is, I mean, it has saffron in there, it might have something else that's kind of spicy. It's not what I was really expecting in the spicy way. To me, this is more bright and sparkling rather than actually spicy, if that makes sense. Oh my gosh, this fragrance is utterly addictive. So you also have your really gorgeous magnolia in here, your sandalwood, your saffron, your rose as well, your vanilla, your pink pepper in the opening. Just such a stunning fragrance, and let me tell you, the dry down is sensational. It really softens up into this really delicious, addictive type of scent. It's really stunning, you guys. I would recommend, and I would say it's a relatively safe blind buy, you know, unless you're extremely, extremely sensitive to spice, because to me personally, this isn't actually like spicy. But you know, that's not to say that somebody else with a very, very sensitive nose might not pick up on the spice, if that makes sense. So just be wary of that. Like if you know that you really strongly dislike anything even remotely spicy, then just be wary. But again, like I say, to me personally, this is not like a spicy fragrance. In fact, I would also say if you enjoy Armani My Way, the original, if you really love that, and you also enjoy like vanilla scents and like kind of rich fragrances like Poison Girl, Eau de Parfum, if you enjoy both of those, then I think there's a good chance you would like this. But it was an extremely successful blind buy for me. I really do love this scent. I'm so glad that I just went for it in a way. It was a bit risky because actually this is a 50ml. So a bit risky, you guys, but it paid off in the end and I absolutely love this one. Kind of wishing I had the 100ml actually, because I love it that much. And the atomizer is beautiful, always worth mentioning, because it means a lot to me when the atomizer is really nice like that. So that's Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, really stunning, really beautiful, and I just love it. The next fragrance we have today that was also a complete blind buy was Dahlia Divin Le Nectar de Parfum Intense from Givenchy. I have to say I was very, very pleasantly surprised by this one. I wasn't expecting to be so taken by it. I wasn't expecting it to be so enchanting, but it really is. I mean, first of all, the packaging is quite beautiful. It's this almost molten gold appearance, which I really appreciate. And this scent is just the epitome of elegance, you know, and sophistication to me. It really is beautiful, and particularly for the cold weather, this is a fantastic scent. So it's really a very cozy, fuzzy, opulent, warming, sort of yellow floral, woody, vanillic, sweet type of scent, you know. It really does remind me of like liquid gold. That's what this fragrance makes me sort of picture. It's that type of scent, you know. Very, very opulent, very, very refined. Quite mature as well, just very like elevated, sophisticated. It smells like somebody very put together. I believe the yellow floral in here is actually mimosa. So I believe that that is the floral that's in here, and it's a very like fuzzy, you know, cozy, comforting type of scent. And it has a lot of depth to it as well. It's almost kind of like velvety, like it feels velvety when you smell it. It has like a texture to it almost. Just a really fantastic fragrance. So yeah, that was a really successful blind buy. That is Dahlia Divin Le Nectar Intense from Givenchy. The next one we have here that was kind of a blind buy was Lancome Day Intense from Givenchy. I believe that I briefly tried this, like just one spray of a tester, and then I went months like not smelling it again. So when I purchased it, it was almost like a blind buy, if you know what I mean. But oh, I really love this one, you guys, and I would say that it's quite a safe blind buy if you don't mind sesame. If you love tuberose and you're looking for a very like kind of sweet, like velvety, smooth, unique, feminine, sultry type of scent, then I would recommend this one to you. I actually prefer this one over the original Lancome Day. This is actually my favourite from the full Lancome Day line. I do also quite like the Rouge. I think that's quite a nice one that I would maybe pick, you know, instead of the original if I would go back in time and do that. I don't know if it's worth me owning the Rouge now, considering I own the original and this, so I don't have that one in my collection, but I think I prefer the Rouge over the original, but out of all of the Lancome Days, this is my favourite, you know. It's really fantastic, you guys. Very, very like smooth. It's kind of thick and like it has this chewy sort of texture to it, and I always say that this reminds me of the mochi desserts, and in particular a black sesame mochi that I actually had once, and it, like, the smell of this is that dessert. That's literally what the dessert was like. Even right down to the texture of this, like everything about it reminds me of that, which is just really something special. It's a really, this is a truly stunning kind of vanillic and tuberose fragrance. You know, if you enjoy both of those notes and you're looking for something very gorgeous, like womanly, sultry, really nice for the cold weather as well, then I would definitely get your nose on this. But again, bear in mind they have the sesame notes in there, which I don't think would be for everyone. There is also black pepper in here, which actually put me off for a while, like the thought of it. But I don't smell, it's not sharp in the slightest. If anything, it just adds a kind of depth and like a richness to the scent profile. It's not sharp at all, so don't really be put off by the black pepper note, you know. Just stunning, you guys. Such a successful purchase of mine, and I really do love it. Next up today we have Fantasy Intense from Britney Spears, and yes, this was a complete blind buy. I had never even tried the original Fantasy, believe it or not. The reason I haven't really tried that one is because I kind of know that I'm not gonna like it, and you might be thinking, we'll just give it a try, but I just feel like I know that I'm not gonna get on with that one. I think it'll be just too sweet. I feel like I'm gonna find it cheap smelling, so I don't know, you guys, I just haven't really bothered giving the original Fantasy a try. But I was really intrigued by this one because they've kind of they've balanced out the scent profile from what I've gathered with the patchouli notes, so they've given like an anchor to the scent. While this is still overall a very, very like sweet, youthful type of fragrance, it's quite well done in my opinion, and it's better balanced, and it's just overall, to me, this works very, very well because of the changes that they've made, you know. This fragrance is a very nice, sweet, fruity gourmand type of scent, and primarily I get those like fruits, but I also really get the sort of cupcake accord in here. But overall it is quite well balanced, and there's something in there tempering the sweetness, you know. Just that patchouli in here is giving it something a little bit more, and it's bringing it to a better level, you know. I really don't think... I should probably give the original one a try just so that I can really compare the two, but I just have a feeling I'm really not going to get on with the original one because it would be too overall like sweet and things like that. But this one's quite well balanced to me. It's really, really Moorish. It's quite a mood-lifting fragrance, actually. I've worn this to work a few times, and just when you catch wafts of it on yourself, it really does lift your mood because of how like delicious it smells, if you know what I mean. But yeah, this was a really successful blind buy. I would recommend this one actually if you enjoy your sweet scents. It doesn't smell cheap to me, it just smells really beautiful, like very, very feminine, like alluring, Moorish, addictive and gorgeous. So that is Fantasy Intense. And last up today, but by no means least, in fact this is my best blind buy ever, like ever, you guys, seriously. And that fragrance is Nuit Trésor à la folie from Lancome. Now, I was debating this one for so long. I'd really wanted it for ages. I loved the look of the bottle and I loved the sound of the notes, but it's one that I kind of put off for ages just because I don't actually like blind buying things very much. I don't enjoy that. I mean, I do sometimes if it's not that expensive, but this fragrance wasn't cheap and I just didn't want to have to blind buy it. So I tried to find it at a counter for quite a few months, but nowhere seemed to have it. Even all the Lancome counters, like nowhere has this to try, from what I found anyway. So yeah, I ended up blind purchasing this, and honestly, like that first spray, when I first smelt this, it was just incredible, like a mixture of relief because obviously I liked it, and also just amazement because I'd never tried anything like this before. It is really this absolutely stunning fragrance, you guys. Let me know in the comments if you've tried this, let me know what you think of it, because I absolutely love this one. This to me smells exactly like, you know, you're in a Christmas market. There are beautiful Christmas cookies and cakes being baked like around you, and you're getting that scent of baking, but also, you know, maybe you've gone to a stall where they're selling mulled wine and you're standing right in front of this like, I don't know what you'd call it, like a cauldron of warm mulled wine with all like the spices in there, like really nice and sweet, and you're primarily getting that kind of smell, but then in the background you're kind of smelling baked goods. That's this fragrance. That's honestly what this fragrance smells like to me, but it's still kind of perfumey, you know, it's not overall, it's not limited to just smelling like food and drink. This is a really gorgeous perfume, you know, it's really stunning. So in here you have your gorgeous kind of spiced red berries. You know, you have your rich benzoin vanilla, you have your rose in here, I believe there's violets in here as well, there's a nutmeg, giving it that kind of warm, soft spiciness, you guys. It's just such an incredible fragrance. Just let me know what you think of it, because I'm amazed by this scent, I really am. And I would say it is quite a safe blind buy. I mean, nothing's ever 100% foolproof, you know, but I would say this is a relatively safe blind buy. It's very like diffused, this scent. It's not sharp at all. It's not as, have I got my original? I've not got my original La Nuit Trésor here, but this one is not as kind of punchy as the original La Nuit Trésor. The original has more like attitude about it, and it's more like in your face and a bit more confident, maybe slightly obnoxious even. This fragrance is just much softer, more diffused, it's more easygoing, more versatile. You could wear this every day even, and you can kind of see how much I've worn of this. Like my level is actually down to here, and this is 75 ml, so there's quite a lot in here, and I have actually used a ton of this. So yeah, extremely successful blind buy. I would recommend it to you. The bottle is absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. I love the colour of this bottle. It's a very comforting and cozy fragrance, and I think for like the autumn and winter, particularly winter, if you're wanting to get into that like nice cozy Christmassy mood, you know, this is a fantastic fragrance for that. And I'm just so happy that I went ahead and like gave this one a try, because it ended up being a very successful blind buy. Let me know in the comments what some of your absolute best blind buys have been. Do you blind buy fragrances, or would you rather play it safe and just try a fragrance first before you purchase? Thank you again for watching, take care, and I can't wait to see you again on my next video.